All right, I'm on hole number one of the opening round of the Monster Marsh tournament. Hole number one. Hole number one is hole number two of Sunshine Glades. All right, I'm going at it with I'm going at it with a Guardian and a Navigator. Let's get some Guardian. I know I have a club with a Navigator. So what's nav stats here? 1, 1, 2. The weekend round, I can pop out 1, 2, 5. I'll have to see how much side spit I'm using. If I'm using just a titch, then I'll use the one. I'll probably use the carnival ball, but I'll use a ball. I'll use a low wind ball in the weekend round. I'll increase my odds of getting it. I'll cut the wind down a little bit. So those are the two balls that I can switch to. But I'm going to use a nav, one power. I'll make sure I have that stuff written down on my notes. That's all I need. That's all I need. Starting at nothing. Hole number one. The Mountaineers. That must be West Virginia University. I worked in West Virginia one time. That was strange. I worked in the coal country down there. It was an interesting experience. Six. So 2.5 rings. Isn't it perfect? You can go back and watch that and see what kind of how bad that wind adjustment was. That wind adjustment I think was a little off. But I think my distance was still, there's a fine line in there between that second and third bounce. So normally at the beginning of the week, I start off with the second bounce right in the cup and the third bounce behind it, and then it'll bring it back to the hole. But on that particular hole, it's not bringing it back to the hole enough. So I put the third bounce in the cup, and then it wasn't long enough. So it's somewhere in between those two. So then I played the clock game and I went halfway right in between them. And I left it a little, it didn't quite suck it back enough to the hole. So now I'm eking back towards putting the third bounce right in the cup. And I think I made a bad wind adjustment there. I'm just going to go out and play today. Opening rounds kind of just go out and play and practice the holes and just see how they feel like. Just not so much looking at your notes, but you're taking more notes. So instead of you're just trying to play it intuitively and see how well you can just play it. Then you can go back and watch your own recording. That's why you should record yourself when you're playing. You may record yourself and you don't listen to me anymore. All right, my opponent's got a Guardian. We're in a shootout. that was the deal. I'm going to wait and see whether or not it was distance. So if it was like 189, then you're playing. But if it's 3.1 yards or feet or whatever it is they measure it in, which has got to be wrong, because if you're right there and you just barely missed the cup, like you were, like, think about how wide a golf cup is in the real world. If you just missed it on the outside and rolled to a stop, they point it as like 0.25, and they have that measured in yards. So you're not, a 0.25 of a yard is, it's 3 feet in the yard, right? So, I mean, you're not 10 inches away, or whatever the math works out to on that. You're like right on it. All right. That was hole number one of the Monster Marsh tournament. Thanks for watching.